because I have so much. I have so much that I want to share with you today. I actually have a little board that I did last night of some of the things that I wanted to talk to you about the way I personally use AI that I felt like I was going to be just blabbing. There are so many directions. Hey, Powerbomb, hey, long time no see. Is that a new name you have? Remind me of your real name if you're comfortable. My name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. This is a very special live stream, just talking about, not as an expert, but talking about the way I use AI in my life. And I've got my production value has definitely elevated. As you can see, I've got my AI screen in the background because I use this dictate feature. So again, my name is Robin, reporting live, doing a special AI. Yes, Lauren. Lauren, thank you for your beautiful comment. I haven't had a chance to respond yet because I wanted to make sure that all of this was going to work out. But I want to tell you, you are never alone. And your comment about people pleasing and being worried about things that, more than other people are worried themselves inspired me to there's a whole video that I could create about that and that perspective and, being somebody that wanted everyone to like them. And I still want people to like me, but I don't need it anymore. And so thank you for your comment. I really appreciate you. Okay. I'm going to cry if I keep going any more about that. So I've got so much that I want to share with you today that I feel like I'm going to word vomit. As you can see right here, my AI is on the dictate feature, dictate. I use this feature all the time. Now, I'm on ChatGPT. I am not an expert. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you too, Lauren. I'm so glad you're here. I am not an expert on AI, folks, so I need you to know that I am still learning as I go. I am not also a technical person. So this is like insane that I'm even having a live stream show discussing AI because I'm probably the least technical person or one of the least technical people I know. So it's really interesting that I get a chance to speak about this. And I can say I am not an expert. I'm only sharing with you the things that I'm doing. And I would love to read your name and comment, any worries, concerns, things that you're using it for so we can learn from each other. This is an interactive live stream. Again, I've got my dictate feature here. I use this feature every day. Every single day I am dictating. Lauren says, I've just started using ChatGPT. Julian likes to use AI tools daily, though he understands it better than me. Absolutely. And you know what you can do right now, Lauren? I love that you wrote that. You see, you are guiding this stream. Your influence, your input is guiding the stream. Hey, you got this. I'm a technical person, Kenneth Ford says. Great, because I might need you. Okay. I don't know if you could see this. Okay, but I've got my AI listening in. It's dictating a feature on. I press this little button on my phone screen to get it to work. I have a little board of all the things I wanted to share with you, and I realize that it's too much. I have too much to say about it. There's a lot of different directions that I could go with this live stream. So, help me if I start leading off track. I might do another live stream just about content creation and how I use AI for content creation if you think there's value there. But I definitely want to show you the dictate feature. I don't know if I told you, hey, we got hi, yes, everyone's saying hi. James William, everything looks Ulta. Oh, I'm not sure what that means. I hope it's a good thing. James William, I'm glad you're here. My name's Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. This is a live stream about how I use AI every single day. Now, I use the dictate feature because my hands hurt. I've been typing and doing stuff with my hands for decades and decades, and I'm in my mid 40s. I did an x-ray on my hands because they were bothering me, and I have mild arthritis. So instead of using that as a reason to, I don't know, suffer, I've discovered, hey, Robin, Mr. Friend says, hey, Robin, I'm glad you're here. I'm about to word vomit on you with this AI stuff. So forgive me for blabbing, but if you have any input, insights, AI that you're using, something that you're using it for, Mr. Friend says hello to everyone. Lauren says hi. I want you to share it here. This is an interactive live stream where I'm learning from you too, okay? And I'm just sharing my own personal perspective. So I've got this dictate feature up. I find it very, very helpful. So in this case, I want to also show you another feature that I use. So dictate, I love to use when I'm brainstorming ideas and then I want to cut and paste it after, because what I tend to do is I word vomit on my AI. So there's another thing I wanted to show you where I'm going to create in real time a piece of content that I've been thinking of, a little message that I want to share with you. It just keeps coming up every time I go to the gym, and I'm like, oh my God, this is a piece here to share for people. This is a perspective I think people need to hear. So remind me to share that with you, how I'm going to create that, because it's very helpful to know that when you are using your AI, you can ask it to respond to you in a certain manner. So if you are creating something and you need it to think like a scientist or think like, a thought leader that you respect, if it's Jim Rohn, Wayne Dyer, Mel Robbins, whoever it is, you can ask it to answer you from that perspective. What I've done with my AI, the accuracy, oh, that's a great question. Kenneth Ford says, how's the accuracy of the dictation? I do find that when I'm talking loud enough, it's pretty good. It does mix up some of my words. But then when I hit like this little button here, to have it start kind of summarizing everything. Yes, this is actually a great moment to demonstrate something useful. Your dictation does not have to be perfect. I don't know if you can see that. So basically in real time, a lot of times it corrects for me. It kind of knows what I'm saying. And if it doesn't, you just ask it again. This AI tool is not going to be perfect right away. It's going to make mistakes, folks, but that's up to us as the humans to recognize when it's making the mistake and rephrase it. No, I meant to say this, but it's actually quite intuitive. The dictation doesn't need to be perfect. It can be corrected at any point. So I love that you wrote that. That's amazing. Let me just see here. Julian uses it for trading. He tells it all the time. Okay, for trading, he tells me all the time, look what I've learned. See, that's beautiful. This is a tool to help us expand, to help us grow. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not suggesting that there's things that we shouldn't be cautious of. I wouldn't necessarily plug my personal documents into this. This is a generic AI right now. It's not approved by your workplace. So personally, I wouldn't put my documents in there, but if I needed to translate a legal document, I could cut and paste the wording out of it, put it into the AI and say, help me understand the differences here, the nuances here. Sometimes you have to ask the question multiple times. Sometimes it makes a mistake. Just like humans, just like anything, we've got to double check, we've got to supervise. It's our eyes, really. So never just cut and paste and always take everything for face value, but you need to train your AI. So I love that. Let's see, Mr. Friend says, I'm building a creative, production system using ChatGPT. I found ChatGPT better than Claude for dictation. See, there you go. We're all gonna have our own experiences. So I love that. What is Claude, Lauren says? It's another app. It's my understanding, again, I don't know the differences because I'm not familiar with Claude. If somebody else knows in the chat, please do say it because I'm going to continue sharing what I know and I'll let you share your information amongst the chat. But it's similar to ChatGPT, but it's another app by another provider, I assume, but don't quote me on that because remember, this AI live stream is not me as an expert. It's me just sharing with you in real time some of the things I'm using it for. So let me double check here. Oh, okay. Sammer, I see your comment there. I'm not going to show it, but I like that. Let's see, what else did you write here? Okay, I see your comment. Wonderful. Claude is the best. It's another AI, Kenneth says. Claude is an alternative Chat GPT. Absolutely. So I want to show you something else. There's another feature here when you press and hold this little button. Watch, I'm gonna press and hold it on my phone. Let's hope it works. See this? Hey, ChatGPT.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, perfect. Listen, I'm on that live stream. I told you that I was going to prepare, showcasing
Right.
how I talk to you. So again, I want to give an example of something that I wanted to create, but I want to show them this feature. This is the brainstorming feature. So this is when I might be at the gym and an idea
Hmm.
comes to me and I want to save it. I start using this dictate feature with my headphones and I'm like, listen, I got this idea for a post that I want to share with the people. And what I do is I just speak to it like it's a person by saying, this is what I'm thinking, this is
Yep.
what I noticed, this is what I learned, and it helps me develop that idea. It summarizes
Hmm.
it, and then I correct it, rephrase it into more sounding like me. And then that's how I develop something.
Yep.
So it's not, it's a sounding board, it's a thinking thing. So can you tell, let's see, can you introduce yourself as my AI to the lovely people of YouTube?
Sure thing. Hi, everyone. I'm ChatGPT, Robin's AI co pilot for brainstorming. She'll talk, I'll help shape it. Simple as that.
And absolutely. Now, we've got some lovely people that mentioned Claude as one of the things. Can you tell me the difference? with you, ChatGPT, and Claude. Because again, before you start speaking, I just want to say Lauren was asking a question, and Lauren mentioned that Julian knows more. He's learning a lot. You can actually ask your ChatGPT, like, listen, these are some of the things I do every day. How can I use you to be more efficient, work faster, get things done? So, can you give me a simple
Ooh.
explanation about the difference between Claude and ChatGPT?
Let me check real quick. Absolutely. Hi everyone, I'm ChatGPT. A simple way to think about it is ChatGPT and Claude are both AI assistants. They overlap a lot, writing, brainstorming, summarizing, answering questions. The biggest difference is how you like to work. If you like talking out loud, iterating in conversation, ChatGPT is great for that. But some people also like how Claude handles long documents and structured writing. Lots of people use more than one tool. The important thing is not picking a winner, it's picking whatever helps you move your idea forward. And honestly, what Robin just said is spot on. Ask the AI how it can help with your daily routines.
Perfect.
That part is
Perfect.
gold.
That part is gold. So again, if you can ask, I had to use my chat GPT to set up this TV. So when I first moved into this house 10 years ago, we were on a very strict budget. We actually bought a used
Mhm.
TV. So our TV was 10 years old, okay? So we needed a new TV anyway. My husband's been asking for one for a couple years. So when we got this is called a smart TV. I couldn't set it up. I'm not that smart, I guess.
Wow.
So I want to tell Claude, or excuse me, Chat, can you tell how I was able to use you to help me set up my smart TV by sending you screenshots and such?
Yeah, let me check. Absolutely. And that's a great everyday example. Robin had her new smart TV and she just took screenshots of the screen she was stuck on, uploaded them, and asked what to do next. I looked at what she was seeing, explained the options, and gave her step by step guidance. That's the bigger point. AI isn't just typing text. You can use photos, screenshots, or your camera to get help with real life problems. You don't have to know the answers first. Just show what you're seeing and ask.
Now,
That's often enough to move things forward.
can you hear this, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear him clearly or if I need to turn it up. So, again, this is the dictate feature, talking out loud. One thing I've noticed, again, you can tell it to answer you from a certain perspective. Oh, great. I'm glad you can hear it. Let ChatGPT control my laptop and tell it to do things. Imagine, like, the possibilities are endless. But what you can do, what I would recommend, see, one thing I did too, and again, I'm going to word vomit on you, so forgive me. I'm going to be bouncing around ideas here. I've got my board of the important things I want to share with you. But when I got my chat GPT, I heard Dan Martell, he's somebody I follow on YouTube, very, very wise. He said, tell your chat GPT, because it's very nice to you. It's always going to tell you, you're amazing, you're great, you have great ideas. But I trained mine, I said, save it to your memory that you are my ruthless mentor and you're meant to help
Uh,
me expand my thinking and not and challenge ideas, or if something isn't right, like, tell me, and save that to your memory. So can you tell the people here what are some good prompts for different examples of what you're working on? If you want to work on being more confident, getting, oh look, Mr. Friend says I told mine to challenge me also. Can you give us like top five prompts for people that are really trying to evolve, trying to build something, trying to, earn more money, make more skills, whatever it is? Give me like some five master prompts, if you will, or maybe they're called save to the memory. That's what it is. It's called save to the memory. Give me five examples other than the be my ruthless mentor. Give me some other examples of people that really want to maximize the answers that they get back from their AI.
Great question. Let me put that together. Absolutely. And I like that you're drawing a line between everyday use and content creation. Here are five memory saves I'd suggest. One is challenge my assumptions and offer alternative perspectives. Another is teach me. Don't just do it. Explain your reasoning so I can build the skill. Three, learn my communication style.
Ooh.
Keep my voice, but tighten it up. Four is ask me clarifying questions when I'm vague. Don't guess. Five,
Mm.
act like my project coach. Help me break big goals into small, doable steps. And I'd add a bonus. Tell me one thing I'm overlooking at the end of important chats. But honestly, the conversation matters more than perfect prompts.
Yes.
Talk it through.
Talk
Ask
it through.
follow-ups.
Yes, I love that.
That's
The fact that you can ask your, pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the fact that you can
no.
ask it to ask you more questions to get more information. Sometimes we're vague. Sometimes I share a story and it pulls a different idea than what I actually got from it. And sometimes it's great, but realistically, I want when I share the experiences that I'm going through to create the content and the stuff that I share with you, I want it to actually reflect the real message that I got out of it. So sometimes I share a
Mhm.
story, the chat gets a different message, and I just say, actually, what I was thinking more of, what I realized is everything is preparing us for something. It's actually not about investing in this and that. It's about every single day we are being prepared for something. And if we look for these micro lessons, we can really see the value and understand more and be just so aware of this beautiful life every day. So I actually love the idea that you can like ask it to ask you more questions to kind of get this idea out. Oh, look, Lauren says, this is nuts. I had no idea what it was capable of. Exactly. Okay, let's give another. So, okay, hold on. I don't want to. Lauren, is there something that you work on? Folks, if there's something that you work on specifically that takes you a while or something you're not sure of, please do write it in the chat because I would happily do a live demonstration for you with this chat GPT. One of the things that I wanted to show you was, oh, well, I shared in one of my vlogs that we had a problem with our pool pump and we thought we had to buy a new pump. It would have been like
Right.
$1,000, remember? And we were
Mhm.
brainstorming, sending you pictures, telling you what the noise sounded like. And because my husband is handy, okay, you suggested the capacitor, remember? It was the start capacitor.
Mhm. Checking. Right. That's a perfect example. For your live stream, you could say something like, earlier this summer, our pool pump looked finished. We asked ChatGPT about it, shared photos, and it pointed us toward the start capacitor. My husband replaced that part, and boom,
30
problem
bucks.
solved.
30 bucks it
That
cost us. Yes, so
30
thank you. I
bucks.
appreciate that. I'll take over from here. So again, you can let your chat GPT know what you need from it. I want you to answer me from the perspective of, even religion. If you are a religious person and you want to explain a situation that you're having, what's another way I can look at it from a Catholic or a Muslim perspective? Whatever it is that is important to you, your hopes and dreams and goals, you can ask it, tell it what that is. So it's always keeping that in mind. So if you've got 5 hopes and dreams and goals for your future, let it know to save that to its master memory, and then it can always respond to you with that in mind. So it's always working with you to get to your goals. It is thinking out loud. It is thinking alongside of me to help me develop these ideas and direct them. It is a very useful tool from my perspective. Now, um, planning a trip. No, there was something that you said here, breaking down big
Mhm.
things into smaller tasks. That's what Lauren said. Lauren, do you have a specific example? Hey, look, the breaking down things. Hold on, $20 USA. Kenneth Ford said, yeah, mine's $24.99 a month. Now, I only started paying for this Chat GPT tool about maybe 5, 6 months ago because I don't want to say I'm cheap, but I'm frugal, if you will. Okay. I'm
Mhm.
very selective. So I was using the free one. I think you get about 5 questions a day. And then there's other ones that you can
Right.
use within your email. So I was using, oh, just pause for a minute. I'm talking to the live stream. So you can just listen in
Right.
for a bit. But I like when you type everything. So it really shows. So let's put it on over to the typing. Actually, yeah, let's do that. So, hold on. I wanted to show you, where did it go? Here, hold on. Oh no. Okay, no, not that one. Okay, is it this one? Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So this is the dictate one. I press this little microphone thing on my phone. I don't know if you could see this little thing that actually will start typing as I talk. So this is a great one for me. Again, There's other ones built in, Gemini and all these different things that are free. So if you're not in a position right now to pay, don't experiment with it first to see if it's valuable for you. Let me see. So mine's 24.99. So far for me, something like having an appointment that I need to go to seems like a massive task that overwhelms me. How could I break that into a smaller task? Well, that's exactly okay. If you've got an appointment, depending on what kind of appointment is, you could ask it. You could tell it. You could speak to it and say, look, sometimes this appointment is making me feel overwhelmed. Can you break down the first 5 steps or ask me any questions you need to help uncover a way to simplify this so I don't feel so overwhelmed? Let it know. You don't need to just say one thing and then just accept the first response. You could give it the examples. You could tell it how you're feeling, what makes you overwhelmed about it, what you need it to do, how do you break it down smaller, and it can actually guide you through that. But multiple questions, talk back and forth with it, right? You might not get the first answer right away. So I love that you are sharing this. Mr. Friend says use it to learn a language. Yes. Or restore old photos. Okay, you just reminded me of two things. Okay, first one, you said use it to learn a language. I didn't use it to learn a language, but I noticed that I say a lot in my live streams. And I actually asked the Chat GPT to ask me a question on the spot that I would have to answer as if I was in a live, and then let me know how many times I said in my answer. And it was able to coach me. I'm still saying a lot, but um, see? Okay. So you can actually use it to coach you on those same things. So yes, learning a language is great. Imagine. And then you can, if you have the one that you pay, there's something called AI agents. So you can say, develop an AI agent. Okay, this is a test, so don't really do this, my AI. I'm just talking out loud. But you can ask it, develop an AI agent that's going to prompt me to learn a language with a few, sample things each day. So you can actually have an AI, they call it an agent, where only when you talk about learning a language, that AI agent comes up. So that's another thing here. Hold on, I don't want to miss what you're saying because you said something good. Restore old photos, Mr. Friend said. Okay. I use thumbnails, obviously, for some of my posts. Sometimes I put my picture in it. And I was like, oh, I got to do a little updated photo shoot. I'm going to do my hair and makeup, and I'm going to just take a bunch of different pictures so I have them in my phone when I need to make a thumbnail. And guess what? I can use another picture and just say, use this picture and create a thumbnail. I didn't even need to do a photo shoot. But you have to be careful because I did that with my book, 14 Days to an Abundant Mindset. And I'm like, recreate this photo. And it actually made the book thicker, which I don't like. It's a thin book. So I need people to know, like, not think it's a thicker book. So you have to be mindful too. You might have an extra finger in that picture or it starts to not look like you anymore. So you got to check it out, right? And then you can ask it to recreate it. So I love that. Lauren says, I thought AI was just for work online content creation. I didn't know it could be used like this. Absolutely. Kenneth Ford says, I use the AI prompt, explain this to me like a 10-year-old. Beautiful. Exactly. If there is a word, a concept, a document, a legal wordings, if you will, and you input that into the AI, right? Copy and paste it, screenshot just the wordings, maybe not all your personal information, right? You can ask it to explain to you like a 10-year-old. Imagine that. Perfect, Kenneth. I love that. I use that often. Exactly. Mr. Friend says it's basically having a person that has the entire knowledge of the internet as your assistant. And if you train it properly, you could say, help me to be more confident. Help me to see opportunities. You could let it know, save it to your memory that I want XYZ for my life. And like you said, it's got all the knowledge in the world and it wants to help you. It wants to help develop that idea, help you share what you've got on your mind. That book, Mr. Friend is writing a book. Get your ideas out. Instead of typing it all, you know how your hands would hurt. You can tell it your book. You can talk to your book. Get all the ideas, share a different, it could even create a PDF. Oh, I know, let's do something like that. Hold on. Let's see, Kenneth Ford said deep political and philosophical questions, things I want to talk about but don't want to offend anyone. See, again, there's so many uses. I appreciate your feedback. It helped me design my logo, Mr. Friend says, then sent that to have a stencil made and I printed it on my own t-shirts. Let us know. We want to buy that. Lauren says, please excuse me if I go AWOL. You'll find me in the depths of Chat GPT. Exactly. Listen, The possibilities are endless, folks. We could do another live stream like this too, where we can come back and share some of the things for content creating specifically. I want to do a little demonstration here. If you can see my screen, let me just fix this over. So I'm going to take off this part. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, hold on. Keep going. Actually, hold on. Hey, can it take a picture of me now? Can it? Oh, look, it's taking that. Hold on, let's reverse it. Oh, it's gonna take a picture. Oh, okay. Hey, wow, amazing. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna say, using this image, I need you to create the thumbnail that I'm going to use for this live stream once it's finished so that people know that they can rewatch this to get some value and tips out of it and then share in the comments some of the stuff they've learned. And I would love to do this again. I've got this cool setup now with this. Like, there's any subject now. The possibilities are endless. Like, I literally was in tears when I realized that I could use this TV and screen mirror now to do this. I can talk about subjects on compassion, becoming more confident, content creation, how I use it. And then I can like, I don't want to call myself a teacher because I had terrible grades in school. So I can't call myself a teacher, but I could call myself like a sharer. I don't know. What's the right word here? That I can say, listen, I'm the type of person when I know something or hear something or learn something, I want to tell everybody. I want to tell everybody. So, like, this is a beautiful way of doing it. Now, I went off topic. Help me create that thumbnail. Show them live here, using that image to create a thumbnail for this live stream when I post it on YouTube. Boom. Let's see what it comes up with. Again, I could have put an existing picture of myself and see what it does. Let's see what you guys are saying while it's creating, it's thinking. I don't know if you could see that. It's thinking. Let me see what you guys are writing here. I love this. Hey, yes, finally I'm back, baby. Power bomb. Yes, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Please do let me know in the comments if you're using AI, what your fears are, what you've used it for. I definitely want to. Hey, look at that, folks. Can you see that? What do you think? Look, let's talk AI real life, right? You always want to proofread everything, okay? You want to make sure this looks like me. Does it? Does it look like me? Isn't this awesome? So now I don't have to overthink my thumbnail. If I want less writing, I can say, oh, put less font. Look at this. Real life tips, how I use ChatGPT, tools, tricks, learn, create. Guys, should I use this as as my thumbnail for this live stream? I'm gonna have to pause for a second and knock on the door, make sure my son's getting ready. He's got a shower before he starts work, and then I'm gonna make him a nice little breakfast after this. So in the meantime, because I'm not gonna leave dead air, isn't that amazing? Look, this is like, we created my thumbnail live in real time on this. Again, I am not an expert, and I'm not suggesting that everything's perfect and it's blind optimism. I'm just being honest with the way that I use it and how I'm able to get so much out there. Like, there are days like if I'm not feeling well, there's still content being posted. I schedule stuff. Let me know if you are interested in seeing how I do my content creation. Like, how does this chick have a video, a clip every day? I have a short every day coming out. It's not like I'm sitting there every day doing it. I'm not. I have a planning session. It does take me several hours, and I program and I set it up. I schedule it. I would love to share that. Hey, it is Dangerverse. Dangerverse, I was thinking about you. I haven't seen your name on the live streams. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here. Yes. Hey, look, the workers lens says, yes, tell us your secrets. Okay. I would love to do that. I'm going to reschedule. Maybe what I'm going to do is, what's it called? Like a poll in the community tab where I'm going to put a little bit of ideas of some of the ways I use it, and you guys tell me which one you want to focus on, because I'm telling you there's so many different ways that I use it personally and professionally, because we have an AI approved system at my work where I am allowed to use it for more personal things, and it's been a game changer for me. So I would love to share that. I love that. Oh, good. Lauren says 100%. I'd love to see that. Did I miss anybody comment here? Where are we? Are we lagging? Where did I see that? I can't stop lagging. Wait, Am I missing something? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's see. Kenneth Ford says, at work, AI. At work, he says it's a force multiplier, Kenneth Ford says. Um, I'm still the leader of the department, but now I have the expert on all domains to help with implementation. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Kenneth Ford says, hey, AI, let's write performance evaluations. Exactly. Powerbomb says, oh, my phone is in the air. Kenneth, brilliant idea. Listen, that's a perfect idea because what you can do is tell the AI about the person. Tell them all the good, the bad, and the ugly, and help me soften the ugly. So if you've got a person that is, hey, that's a good example. Oh my God, I'm going off topic here. Oh, wait, let me make sure. Hold on, hold on. Oh, okay, wait. I don't want to leave dead air. Don't let me forget that idea. I got to make sure my son is getting ready for work because he's got a shower. So let me just set something up for you in the meantime so I don't leave you with any dead air here. So listen, go knock on the door. Yeah, exactly. Because that boy will stay in the shower for a long time. So I think he's in the shower. I can't hear. Wait, I'm behind. No. I gotta knock on that door. Okay, you're waiting. But in the meantime, let me ask this Chat GPT. Listen, Chat, I gotta run and make sure Tommy's getting ready for work. It's gonna take me like 10 seconds. But I don't wanna leave dead air for my good people here. So what's one tip or idea that you could let people know if they haven't used AI yet? Can you tell them something while I just quickly check on Tommy?
Sure thing. Quick tip while Robin steps away. If you're brand new to AI, start with one small daily task that annoys you. Could be rewriting a message, summarizing something you read, or organizing a messy idea. Talk to it like you would a friend. Give it context, check the result, tweak it. That's it. Don't try to learn AI. Just use it for one real thing today.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. So there was another idea that you guys were saying. Again, forgive me for word vomiting on you because there is so many directions that I could have taken this live stream that when I started writing down my ideas, I felt like I knew that I was going to be like all over the place. So let's see. Is anyone in 2026 new to AI? Yes, some people are. Listen, it depends on what your age is. There's a lot of, see, I work in an environment with, I'm probably one of the youngest people on my team in my role. Um, and some of the older generation, they're worried about it. You have to train it. It actually does take time up front, especially with work, to get it trained for yourself, to do what you need to do. And a lot of people, when they're busy and overwhelmed, they're like, I don't have time for this, right? But what I realize is if you spend a little time up front training your AI and telling it, no, this is what I need. Here's a demonstration. I can screenshot or cut and paste the way I like it and say, take this document, plug in the information and do it the way I've done it here, and it could do it for you, right? So that's another thing. Now, Kenneth Ford was talking about performance reviews. I wanted to do that. Now, let's say I have a person, okay? She brings in a lot of money for the company. She's great. She knows her stuff. She brings in a lot of money, but sometimes she tends to cause a little problems within the team. Maybe the attitude isn't the best. I've got to write her performance review. How do I let her know this by being very mindful and careful of how I phrase it because she is a superstar on the team, but she's a bit challenging to work with? How would you phrase that on a performance review?
Hmm, give me a second. That's a great example to show. Here's a phrase you could use. You consistently deliver exceptional results, and your expertise is a tremendous asset. One area of opportunity is collaboration and communication. By approaching challenging situations with greater patience and openness, you can increase your impact not just through individual results, but through the success of the whole team. See how
Booyah!
that acknowledges
See how that
strengths but
acknowledges it? Okay. Because what if you work with someone who is really annoying and they just complain and complain all the time? You can't write that in their performance review. So, how would you politely address a complainer in a performance review? By giving constructive feedback. As a leader, like, Personally, I don't want to lead people at my age right now. I don't have patience to lead people. I just want to do my work and sign off. But there's a lot of value to being a leader. And Kenneth, you sound like you would be a perfect leader, the amount of value and encouragement you've brought here. So, how would you tell somebody? Look, analyze for tone, he says. Kenneth says people are using it as a quick Google replacement. Yeah, that's how I started with it too. But the more you use it, the more you'll see. Okay. So, again, how would you address a complainer?
Let's take a quick pass at that. Another great example, try something like you bring valuable skills to the team. And one area for development is maintaining a solutions focused approach when challenges arise. Raising concerns is important, and pairing those concerns with constructive ideas can create a more positive environment for colleagues and clients. That's a good example of using AI too. It's not just
Listen,
writing
could we
faster,
use
it's
this if we
helping
have
you
a
find
problem with
words.
our spouse? Listen, if your spouse and your partner or your child, is doing something and you don't want to sound like a nag, can you help me say a softer way? Like you can actually, before you reply to an email, reply to a text, if you're feeling emotional, never reply. There was somebody I was speaking to recently and they were really emotional. I said, don't tell them now. I said, wait till Monday. If you start talking about this now, you got too much emotion here. And I'm like that too. That's how I know. So again, you can converse with your AI and say, look, this is how I'm feeling. This is how I want to respond. I do need them to know this, but I need to soften my tone and keep it professional. So again, hey, look, Mr. Friend says it's great as a tutor for children and adults. Absolutely. If there's geometry or the map or something, hey, listen, hey, that's a great example. Oh man, Mr. Friend, you folks literally, I can't tell you, you guys are my ideas. You think I come up with ideas? You guys give them to me, okay? Mr. Friend, I'm terrible at the map, okay? The Canadian map, it's not that hard. I suck at it. Can you show me a Canadian map and label it here? And then after, what we could do is I can memorize it, and then you show me another image without the stuff, and I have to tell you where it is. So, like again, you can help you, like you said, tutor children. You don't have to give it the answer. First, show me a map. Oh, I'm going to design it. Hey, maybe you can show me the map of Canada, and then tell me a trick to memorize everything in the right order.
Checking. Yep, absolutely. That's actually a really strong example to share with your viewers. You can tell AI, show me a labeled map, give me a memory trick, then quiz me without the labels, and only tell me if I'm right. That's using AI as a tutor, not a cheat sheet.
Not a cheat sheet.
And just a quick nudge, instead of saying it has all the knowledge in the world, say it draws on a huge amount of information and helps you think through it. That keeps it accurate and grounded.
For sure. Exactly. Now, I am a remote worker and I feel very, very blessed to be a remote worker. And I'm always looking for more ways to be more efficient. So I'm not spending my personal time doing my job because I have a lot of responsibilities that fall on me. I dictate everything. Kenneth Ford says, real life example, I had a system outage and needed a quick to notify everyone that the company, I just drafted it, the outrage notification. Yeah, or outage, excuse me, outage notification. Exactly. Let's do an example of that. Let's send a little email. Oh my God, here's a real life example. This next Sunday of the long weekend, whatever date that is, we are having a pool party, barbecue, drinks, music, dancing, prizes. I need you to develop that text. Don't put my address in the in the message. Just put the time. Let's say we're going to start it around 1 o'clock on Sunday. Bring your towel, and your swimsuit, and let's get together. Can you draft that text message to let our friends know that we're hosting a barbecue on Sunday of the long weekend with music and partying and dancing and prizes? But keep it simple.
Checking. Sure, here's a simple, sendable text.
Ah,
Hi, everyone. We're hosting.
sorry. Typically, what I would do in this case is I wouldn't use the dictate feature because I like to cut and paste. But for this live stream purposes, we are going to have you say it. And again, I'm going to knock on the door because Tommy's taking too long.
Got it. Hi, everyone. We're hosting a backyard barbecue and pool get together next Sunday of the long weekend, kicking off around 1 p.m. Think swimming, music, dunk tank, snow cones, popsicles, games, and prizes. Just bring your swimsuit, a towel, and yourselves. We'll send the address if you need it. Looking forward to a fun afternoon together.
right?
That's a great live example of how you
It is a
toss a
great
few
live example.
details
And
at
guess
me
what? I
and
didn't have
AI.
to use my hands for it. I could just cut and paste it and tweak it, right? And it's everything I said. I use the AI and the dictate feature and I pour my little heart out to it. I can't tell you how many stories I've had to tell the AI. These posts sometimes that I create and these things that I share, I'm actually in tears as I'm dictating it, literally. If there's examples or I had the privilege of saying a lot of kind things. I've had a really interesting week, tears of gratitude and tears of frustration and like, oh my god, I can't believe like this guy doesn't care. Anyway, I can't give the examples, but the point is that when I dictate something that's coming from the heart, sometimes I cry when I'm saying it. And it's actually a very beautiful moment to be able to share how you're feeling and have it summarized for you, without using your hands, right? It's been so incredible. See how I can catch myself saying now. So I definitely have to use that tip again that Mr. Friend said about the tutor. Can you do that for me now? Can you ask me a question live? Oh, see? And then count how many times I say in my answer because I'm on the spot when I do these live streams. These are not planned. I read your comment, I respond in real time. I'm a real human. That's why I want to do that Toastmasters. I don't want to say or these little filler words like perhaps that's one of my filler words. If you ever hear me say that, it means it's a filler word. So can you ask me a simple question, an insightful question where we can get a little value and see how I can answer it without saying
1 second. Okay, here's a simple but insightful one. Robin, what's one small habit you've started in the last year that has had a bigger impact on your life than you expected? Take 30 to 60 seconds like you would on a live stream.
Well, I don't take
Don't worry
30 to
about
60
dead air.
seconds on a live stream to answer a question. So, what has impacted me in the last year? What habit? It's the habit of noticing. I literally notice all these micro moments in my life and I'm extracting the value. I'm seeing the lesson. I can't believe how life is such a teacher. I could see I would have said there. So again, in real time, I'm telling you I need to work on that and I can use this feature, this live, or excuse me, this ChatGPT app to help coach me. So how many times did I say there? That's a bad example. I do want to read. Mr. Friend wrote, I put a couple images of one of my books on your community page so we could see what I'm doing with ChatGPT. Yes, I love that. Lauren says, I can't wait to see Mr. Friend. Hey, we've got a new one. Daniel Heel says, ask AI to make some relaxing sounds for me to sleep to. I've never done that. Hey, can you make some relaxing sounds for this lovely person to sleep to? Excuse me. Is that
Checking. First, quick feedback for you. I heard one clear and a couple of spots where you almost filled the space, but caught yourself. A simple trick is to pause for 1 second instead of filming it. It feels long to you, but sounds confident to everyone else. And for the sleep question, I can't actually generate or play audio like rain or waves, but I can help you craft a gentle bedtime meditation or a short calming visualization to read or listen to. If
okay.
that sounds good,
Yeah,
I
I've never
can.
actually tried to ask you to create audio. So I think, is it Danielle? I thank you, Danielle, because I've never done that. But what you can do is, I believe you can, is there a YouTube link that you could show us on the screen for some calming, relaxing audio to help this lovely person sleep?
Let me check. Absolutely, that's another perfect real world example. Here are a couple well known options on YouTube: 10 hours of relaxing piano with water sounds, or a 10-hour deep white noise track. But the cooler bit is you can tell AI your exact preferences, like rain but no thunder, or ocean waves with a dark screen, and I can help narrow it down so you're not scrolling forever. That's a great angle for your live, too. AI as a
Cricket
finder
sounds.
or filter, not just a.
Is there anything like nighttime cricket sounds? Danielle wants the cricket sounds. Does that exist on YouTube? And if so, could you put up a link here to demonstrate that everything might exist?
One moment. Absolutely. For pure cricket sounds, there are long ambient videos like 10 hours of cricket sounds for relaxation and sleep. And if you want a little music blended in, there's also 10 hours of deep sleep music with piano and cricket sounds. See how that works? You describe the vibe, and I help narrow it down to something close to what you want. It's less about knowing the right keywords and
Oh,
more about refining your ask.
Danielle, is it Danielle? Danielle was messing with you. They wanted you to start making a chirping sound. Can you make a chirping cricket sound? Can you demonstrate what a cricket sounds like?
I can't actually generate sounds like chirping or audio effects, but I can help you find good
Can
sources
you
or write
bark?
a
Can you
relaxing
bark?
script to
Like if I
go
was to
with.
say, what does a dog sound like? Can you bark?
I can describe it, but I don't produce the sound itself.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Hey, Danielle, that was really interesting. See, we're all learning right now. I had no idea that it couldn't produce the sounds and such. So it's really interesting that you brought that here. You were just messing with us, but we still learned something out of it. So it's really interesting. It's super, super cool. So again, I love the idea that we could learn from each other. We get ideas from each other. There's ways to soften what we're saying. Yeah, use it to type your email, of course. But again, you want the email to sound like you. So at the beginning, it's going to be completely different. But what you can do is what I say is, I tell it everything I want to say. And then I say, make the email sound like exactly what I said, except punctuation, grammar, and don't repeat anything and try to use as little words as possible, for example. So again, you want it to sound like you, but you could coach it to do that, right? Again, that could be a master prompt. Like everything that I say, and this is a good master prompt, everything I say, always know that I want the tone and everything to sound very like exactly like what I'm saying it, but I need you to summarize it and give me different examples of summarize it. Sometimes I say things and then I say, give me 3 examples of how I can rephrase this. Hey, look, Sherry's here. Hello, are we talking about ChatGPT? Yes, we actually are. But it can say bark, 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 Kenneth Ford says. Oh, I didn't realize that. See? We are talking about ChatGPT Live. My name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. It's 8:48 a.m. I have so many ideas. If you're just getting here now on this live stream, please do, once it's available, to rewatch it. It's actually really interesting. Some of these live streams, like I'm not saying you should rewatch the live streams to look at me, but some of the things and the conversations and the stuff that we talk about and the messages and the ideas and the stories, they are worth re-listening to. They really are. They embed into your consciousness. I wanted to share with you a post that I'm going to create actually live here with you about something that I've noticed before I head out. Like I said, my son's has his 3rd day. He's working. He's a working boy at 14 years old. And we got to get him crackle-lacking, give a nice breakfast. He's working till 5 p.m. It's a real shift today. So I'm so excited. I'm glad you're here. Yes, Danielle. Kenneth Ford says, did I miss something? ChatGPT is my lawyer. Insane game changer for the lower middle class to get basic legal counsel. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? If you feel right now you're in the lower middle class, because I'll tell you, we started out there too, you can help it get you out of that. Ask what skills right now you can learn. Tell it what you like. Tell it what you love. And how can I monetize these skills? What can I learn next so I could be more valuable to the industry? Because I'll tell you right now, my life, the way it looks now, is not how it started. And I think that's why I have so much compassion, so much understanding, so much need to encourage others to take power in their own life, because you can change your circumstances. So I love that you wrote that. I'm glad you're here. Let's create that post live before I head out. Law help us. Yeah, law help is brilliant, Mr. Friend says. I had to learn family law, but this would have done, the work Oh, see, Mr. Friend had to learn family law. Absolutely. I don't want this ChatGPT to replace our learning. I want it to be in conjunction with our learning. So like you said, you can take that legal stuff, put it in there. Then like Kenneth Ford said, help me understand this like a 10-year-old, right? And that's the type of thing. So you're still learning. You're not just assigning it off. You're fine. No one's going to see you. You're good. Unless, pardon me for one moment. Yes, I know, but I wanted to make you a nice breakfast first, because if I started my live stream the time that I originally thought, I wouldn't have been able to talk for so long and blab without worry. And I want to make my boy a nice breakfast. He's working till 5 today. So again, we are not using ChatGPT to replace our brains. We are using it to help us understand clearly, communicate, learn more. We're actually going to learn more. The one thing though that I've noticed is that I have no desire to type. I have no desire to type an email anymore. I just dictate everything. So that part, I guess you could see, one might call it laziness, but I mean, we are going to evolve in our processes over time with everything, just like some people use their car to reverse park. Are you lazy now because you're not using your own eyes and looking back? Some people use the cameras on their car to reverse park. Does that mean you're lazy now because you don't lean your head back? We have to figure out the healthy balance with technology where it's not making us lazy, but it's okay to be more efficient. We have to be okay with that. Oh, look, finally back. Oh, Pat Lucas is having a poor Wi-Fi connection. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me see. Mr. Francis, are you on the pro plan for ChatGPT? I'm on Plus. It's good but limited. I'm not sure. Mine's $24.99 a month, and it was the cheapest one. So I imagine it's the other one. I'm not sure. I'm still learning. Lucas says, hi, everyone. Kenneth Ford said, I can geek out on this topic for hours. Thanks, Lauren. Yay. I hope I didn't miss any of your comments. I'm going to close up. Oh, Robin. Yeah, absolutely. Thank us all. Thank us all. It's because you guys are here that I even get this chance to do that. So I'm going to create one of my posts of an idea I was thinking in real time. So ChatGPT. I want to share a post about the gym. When I go to the gym, there are a couple people that do the overnight sort of front desk, okay? And there's one young man that every time I go in there, he's got this beautiful smile. He says, good morning to everyone. And he just looks so happy and pleasant. And he fills the little spray bottles and the paper towels with a lovely kindness to him. And then there's another guy sometimes when we go there who cannot walk through the gym without looking at his phone. I've never seen him smile. He always looks miserable. And he just, if he dropped a box on the ground, he'll like kick it. And he just looks so blah and miserable. And listen, if you're the overnight guy and you hate your job, we are all going to be in a position where we're not loving what we're doing. But when you bring a miserable attitude to what you're doing, guess what? You're only making yourself miserable. You're actually making your own day miserable. And I would also add that if he was smart, that gym is in a really high value area. If he was smart and he had the right attitude, how do you know a business owner? Because we go at like 4 something, 5 in the morning, right? And I'll tell you, it's all the fittest, best looking people 55 plus at that time. It's insane how many ripped seniors, like white hair, and they're ripped, okay, at that time. What if one of them was a business owner and they were looking for a new person? Who do you think they're going to hire? Who do you think they're going to go, you know what? I see you every morning and you got a pleasant attitude. What do you think? I'll pay you, more than what you're making here. Imagine, which one do you think they're going to hire? Are they going to hire the pleasant one who looks miserable all day? Or are they going to hire the one that brought a little kindness to whatever they do? Now, help me formulate this into a simple post. Not too long. Simple post sounds like me.
Right. Yeah, totally. And just keep it focused on like your main point, which I think is that every interaction is an opportunity. Like every little thing, small things make a big difference. Here's a quick draft. Every morning at the gym, I see 2 different ways of showing up. One fills spray bottles, smiles, says
Yeah.
good morning.
Okay, see,
The other looks
this
like
one doesn't
every
sound like.
task is
Okay, anyway, we'll pause this. So listen, what I would typically do is ask it to summarize what I said, not in dictate feature like this out loud. It would be the other feature where I cut and paste. Then I cut and paste parts of it and tweak it until it's me. Like the way he started here, no disrespect, but that's not what I would write. But the point is that you can share your ideas from the heart, tell it a whole story, and then summarize the message. My message is, whatever you bring, it's like that is what you bring to the table. It only affects you. And if you think a little bigger, even if you hate what you're doing, but you bring that light within you, you're not only benefiting yourself, but you're opening up a whole world of opportunities. So again, I just want to showcase the different variations of how we can use it. That's one way for content creation. In my case, I just dictate everything and let it summarize. And then I use that to build what I truly want to say. I'm not just cutting and pasting what it wrote and call it a day. And that's my post. I develop it based on my genuine experience and the story and the emotions that I've shared. So I hope this live stream. I mean, I had a great time. So thank you very much for this. Hey, Abish, I'm glad you're here. Oh, you did join late. Listen, if this subject is interesting to you, please do rewatch this live stream. There's a lot of value here. You folks have brought so much here. I feel, hey, look, I got some applause. Thank you. Why not? Let me see. How do we want to close this live stream? Can you show me an image? If you wanted to create an image for these beautiful people on, hey, SG's here too. Oh man, I wish you were here sooner. I gotta go. Tommy's gotta work today. I'm glad you're here. Mr. Friend said, I think we should share our ideas in the community page. Yes, if you have a screenshot, if you have an idea, Mr. Friend, you're right. Share your ideas in the community page. Let's learn from each other. This is not just mindless scrolling here on this YouTube channel. This is for us to learn, grow, evolve, and improve our lives, and then share it all together. Oh, I started the live stream an hour ago. I had to change the time. I'm sorry you missed it. But I'm going to do another one. So I appreciate you being here. Yes, please do rewatch it if you are interested in this subject. You want to see some real live examples of how I'm using the AI. Like, look, okay, now, gosh, I'm late. No, I did schedule it. It was my fault. It was my fault. No, right now I don't have a time to go live tomorrow, but let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can figure out. Oh, God loves you guys, Lucas says. Listen, I want you to leave the good people of YouTube. Can you put an image up of all the things that you think represent me and what I do on this channel based on the stuff that I've shared with you, the personal stories that I've shared, and the things that you know my values are, and put one image here to summarize all of that. It could be, multiple images, whatever you think. Let's see what you come up with, and I'll just leave it here, and we can definitely do this again.
Okay, here's how I did it. Before we wrap up, I asked ChatGPT to create an image that reflects some of the themes I've been sharing: growth, learning, small daily choices. And if there's one thing I'd leave you with, it's this: don't worry about being an expert. Just be curious. Try one small thing this week. See if it makes your life a little easier. And thank you. Thank you for spending part of your morning here, for sharing
Perfect.
your ideas.
Perfect. I
And for
appreciate
being
this. But listen, let's do, hold on. I'm going to do the other feature now. Let's do the, hold on 1 second. What did I press? Is it listening to me? Can you create an image?
I'm ready.
Create that image then for me. Create an actual image. Let's say it's a thumbnail. We'll call it a thumbnail, but it's going to be a community post. An image that summarizes, hey, let's put an image together that summarizes this live stream. What image would you use to summarize this live stream if I wanted to do a community post? Create that image, please.
I can definitely help create it. I love this. So,
Okay. Sometimes he likes to talk a little bit. Create. Oh, crap. Hold on. Create the image. Let's see. See, my typing is so slow. It's just so much easier for me to dictate it. Honestly, I've never been a good typer. Hold on, let me read some of your stuff here. Lucas says, I'm going to be rewatching this later. Absolutely. Got a heart. SG, how's your Saturday looking? It's amazing. Yeah, Lauren is here. SG. She's listening. Are you using ChatGPT? I'm actually using, yes, a ChatGPT. Honestly, SG, I wish you were here for this. If you were using, you're doing content creation, promotions, business stuff. If you have time to re-listen to this live stream, there's some value here. Look, Lauren is here still. As she says, hey, Lauren, how are you doing? I love that you folks are looking out for each other. That's the best part of this community. We're going to wrap up with this image. SG, if you have time to listen to this, and this is a subject that, that you could benefit from, look, it took a different, who's this girl? Huh? That's not me. That's why you got to double check everything. Okay. Nice try. But, we would have to rework this image. Another perfect example that it's not going to be perfect, folks. This lady's not even me. How could I use this? She's cute, but it's not me. So the point I'm making is double check everything. It's not always going to be perfect, but you could coach it. You could tell it what you need. You could put its own image. I actually didn't want an image of me in this. I actually don't want an image of me, but by the way, that's not me. I don't want an image in this. I want like multiple, almost like a collage of images of things that summarize the conversation that we had today, and I can put it in the community tab. So let's see. Lauren says, I just have no input as I'm new to AI, so just listening. No, absolutely. You have had tons of input. You've actually helped lead this conversation. Many of you have helped lead this conversation today, so I appreciate you. You've given me so much, so many ideas. I feel very, very grateful. Lauren says the last comment is for you. Good, lovely. How are you? Oh, that's so sweet. Mr. Friend said, this is why I'm working on workflows to ensure quality control. Exactly. I'm so glad that we had that little mix up or a misstep, because it just goes to show you that we have to double check everything. You have to check everything. It's not going to be right all the time. Plus, it didn't quite get what I was thinking. I didn't want a picture of me. I know what I look like. I wanted it to kind of have almost like and again, that prompt wasn't clear enough. That just goes, it's the output from the AI is only going to be as good as the input that you give it. So the more specific details, I want a collage, multiple images of some of the things we discussed, put it on there. So here, this is what it came up with. Can you see that? It's decent, right? But what I could have done is maybe show it an image of a collage that, like one of my collages that I made with you guys on a live stream once, like a vision board. I could have given it that image and say, okay, do something like this based on some of the stuff what we've talked about. But again, this is what it came with. You know, we all grow, I dictate, it listens, you know, live stream, inspire, chat, like remind me to be kind. It's interesting. It's not exactly what I would have done, but again, you could coach it, you can guide it, you could send it examples of what you want until it works for you, right? Nothing's going to be easy. Everything takes a little bit of work and training, but do that up front and you'll have a much smoother output. So this has been amazing. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share this. Robin, can you take me through what today's live stream was all about? I'd love to rewatch it. Absolutely. Except Tommy's got to go to work. So I'm going to make him a nice little, I'm thinking grilled cheese, but I don't know. That's what I'm craving. So I should ask the boy what he wants. But I was going to make him a little breakfast because he's got to go to work. So to summarize what this, you know what? I'm not going to summarize for you. I'm going to let the AI, hold on. And then I gotta go, hold on. So I press this little button. When this feature comes up, now I get to dictate it. I use my AI. So I've got our buddy SG just came to the live stream. In a couple sentences, can you just summarize this live stream?
Sure. Today we talked about using AI in real life, not as a magic trick, but as a tool. We hit things like using dictation instead of typing, softening tricky messages, brainstorming content, and even prompts like, explain it to me like I'm 10. The big idea, start small, be curious, and use it to support, not replace your voice.
Legal documents, if you want to summarize it, if you want to understand something, if you want to create a thumbnail. We did a live thumbnail, SG, where we created the thumbnail that I'm going to use for this live. We created it live on this live stream. So it's been really interesting. It actually turned out better than I thought, and I thank you very much for this. I hope to see you on the next live stream, folks. I really see how I said I'm also training at SG to notice when I say and help me correct it, because I want to be a better communicator. The possibilities are endless, folks. I'm so great. Hey, Lauren says, well done, Tommy. Good luck. Have a good day. Blue skies. Robin, thank you. I hope everybody over here is doing good mentally. Take care of yourselves, guys. Don't let anyone or anything pull you down. SG wrote that to the group. Thank you. That's so true, folks. I got something to tell you. That sounds like a great stream, Robin. I'm gonna watch it. Yes, I hope you're doing well, SG. I hope it's good news. We are all rooting for each other. We love seeing your name in the chat. I'm so grateful for you. This has been incredible. Thank you very, very much.